Hello everyone, Oksana here. Let me know that you could hear me well. Let me check my audio. But if you're watching this video, then go ahead and say hello and let me know that you can hear me well. And those of you who are not aware, we've done several live videos as well as classes in this Facebook page, but Facebook deletes live videos after about 30 days. So make sure that you're watching this video and watching the replay because I'm actually live right now. This is opportunity for you to ask me questions, but as well as connect with me live. So let me check if the audio is working. Okay, great. I just saw that the audio is working. Everything should be good on my end. Hi, Julia. Good to see you. And I wanted to share with you something that I watched on TikTok this morning. And I saw this woman on TikTok. She's a 26-year-old girl, and when she was little, when she was 2 years old, her mother found out that she had swelling in her knees, and her mother took her to a doctor. Eventually, she went to see a rheumatologist, and her rheumatologist diagnosed her with juvenile arthritis at 2 years old. And in fact, we worked with a child who had juvenile arthritis, and within next few months, her mother noticed that her daughter's eyes were really itchy and red. She took her daughter to a doctor, and her doctor said that it's probably just allergies, it's nothing. But eventually, she actually went to a specialist in Johns Hopkins University, and the doctor said that if you did not bring your daughter today, then your daughter would have been blind. And this little girl at 2 years old, she was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that destroys her eyes. So she was diagnosed with uveitis, but as well as she developed glaucoma. And this little girl lost her vision in one of her eyes. And she was like this for 26 years. And this girl is 26 years old now. She went to school. She could only see through one eye. And what started happening is one day she woke up and she could not see from both of her eyes. So she woke up and she felt like milk was poured over her eyes. That's how she described it. She saw this white cloud over her eyes. And even though it was light outside, could not see from both of her eyes. She went to see her doctor that she's been seeing since she was a little girl. And her doctor told her that your other eye decided to pack its bags. So she is losing vision in both of her eyes because of an autoimmune disease that she had since she was a little girl. And in a program, we teach you how to repair your immune system. And these autoimmune diseases, they travel together, which means when a person gets one autoimmune disease, they're more likely to get another autoimmune disease. And the longer you struggle with an autoimmune disease, the longer your autoimmune markers are positive for an autoimmune disease, the longer you have pain, the longer it's going to take you for you to be able to recover, and as well as there could be a point where you can get permanent damage. So this girl is only 26 years old. She tried to do a cornea transplant surgery twice, which failed twice. So it only lasted for 2 years at a time, and then she lost her vision again in her eye. So that surgery, that's the only thing that's available to her, does not actually work for her. And then she's looking to do stem cell therapy, and she's trying to find something to do in Japan. And again, she's only 26 years old, and she's trying to figure out how she's going to live the rest of her life not being able to see from both of her eyes. So anybody who has an autoimmune disease should be doing a program. And a lot of people who follow us, they work with their functional doctors, and they look at our client testimonials, and they thinking that they're gonna get the same results working with somebody else. So that does not make any sense at all, because a functional doctor is not trained in a program. In addition, we had one woman reach out to us a few years ago telling us that she tried a program, but it didn't work for her. But she never worked with us. She never actually worked with us, so she could not have possibly tried a program. Whatever you read online is there's so many things written online, and you can never understand a program unless you do the program with us. And you're never gonna know what kind of recommendations we're gonna give you unless you go through a program. So right now we're working with our clients. I actually did not go live for at least 2 to 3 months on Facebook page because I was busy working with our clients. We work with our clients every day. We give them feedback every single day, and it takes hours for me and for my sister to review our clients' reports. So our clients submit daily reports to us with everything they're doing and eating based on the plan we create for you. And then we tell you anything we need to change. We answer your questions. We educate you on it. So it takes all day to work with just 5 new clients in the program. And what kind of function doctor is going to give you feedback every day, including weekends? They don't do that. They're not able to do that. And also, functional doctors are not immunology scientists because in a program we also teach you. So we have weekly classes with our clients that are live, that I'm teaching them everything live and answering their questions, but as well as teaching them everything they know about chronic diseases. So there's different classes that I teach, and we also have a client community with additional resources. So there's a lot of time and energy that goes into helping people, and I'm also sending them daily educational material and anything new that comes up based on the questions that clients are asking. So we actually sending them additional education right now. That's why our clients are really benefiting from the program because they're learning together and they're learning from the type of questions that other clients are asking in the program. Okay, so that's why anybody who has an autoimmune disease, regardless of how good you're feeling, you should be working through a process because we take your nutrition to the most optimal level. But we also teach you how to create healthy immune system so your immune system stops destroying your body. And we actually had results with glaucoma and uveitis, the thing that this 26-year-old girl has been struggling since she was a child. So she already lost a vision in one eye and now she's losing vision in her other eye. So somebody who's been sick for 26 years, there's going to be permanent damage that's done. But still, we would encourage her if she were to find us, if somebody were to recommend her to do a program, that she actually does it and it can benefit her maybe even better than the stem cell therapy that she's trying to do in the future. So what I want to tell you is that we had a client with lung fibrosis. Lung fibrosis. So he had a genetic disease that was causing scarring in his lungs. And he was using oxygen machine at night. And at night, the oxygen machine was telling him how much oxygen that machine had to deliver to him. And within 14 days in a program, he emailed us that the machine showed to him that he did not need to use that machine at night. So his lung function improved. He went back to his doctor, and his doctor was so impressed and that his lung function actually improved doing a program. And guess what? He went to do stem cell therapy after a program, and the stem cell therapy did not do anything for him. So we actually improve how much oxygen gets into your cells, but we also focusing on cellular repair, on the repair of your organs and your cells and your immune system heals. So also, which means everything gets better over time. And that's what our expertise is: immune system and cellular nutrition. And somebody I talked to recently, you can actually join me on the All app and you can call me on the All app. It's an All app. You can find it on your phone and you can sign up for that app and I'm on that app, you can call me. And this lady that I spoke to, she's been taking care of her health for the last 35 years. She's doing really great. And one of her friends was diagnosed with cancer. And her friend, who's a male, he went to do a cancer treatment. And within just few weeks being on the cancer treatment, the doctors are doing dialysis because his kidneys failed being on the chemotherapy. His kidneys failed. So that's why she was telling me that she's been taking care of her health for so long. She doesn't deal with any health issues because she's always been eating really healthy and taking really great health, take care of your health. So you don't have to wait until you are having cancer, until you are bedridden to know what you have to do to stop the progression of your disease and heal anything that can still be done. And yes, we've worked with people who had cancer. We had a client who was going through a chemotherapy treatment, and she did not have any side effects from the chemotherapy treatment because she was doing a program that helps your immune system and helps your body function better and even get your body healthy enough to be able to tolerate those really strong drugs. So that's why if you know anybody who is struggling with cancer or an autoimmune disease, we do have a referral program. Other doctors, they do not have a referral program for you. They're not going to give you a referral payment if you refer a patient to them. They don't care about that, okay? And we actually do that to help you and to help the person who's needing a help. So we do not need to give you a referral payment. That does not benefit us, but we're doing that to help you as well as help the person who is going to be benefiting from working with us. So if you know somebody who has an autoimmune disease, then reach out to us for help, and we'll have a consultation. That's the first step to working with us, is to have any consultation. As well as I created a course where you can learn more about our method, how it works, what it looks like. Is you can I'm gonna put a link in the comments where you can buy that course and learn about a method and what we do with our clients, learn more about it. And in that course, I'm gonna include a bonus class where we talk about the main supplements that we've seen people overdose on, but as well as the only 3 supplements we recommend for anybody to take and why, as well as how to safely take supplements if you take them. But remember that lady I talked to this weekend, she was asking me, how can you heal people with nutrition when the food has been is very low in nutrients, the soil has been depleted. That is true. Over the decades the soil has been depleted, but that's because we have experience helping people reverse their diseases through nutrition, because we know exactly what type of nutrients you need to oversupply your body with so you can get more than enough. And that's why people who tell you to take a bunch of supplements, we had clients who were taking $500 a month supplements and doing all kinds of therapies. It's because they do not know how to help you reverse your diseases with just nutrition. Okay, they do not know how to do that. But we have experience doing it in the last decade. So that's why people take a bunch of supplements, and even functional doctor is going to give you a bunch of supplements because it's much easier for them to sell you the supplements. And I met several functional doctors who told me that it cost them $5 to make the supplements that they sell for $60. So they're gonna make a lot of money selling supplements instead of just having to work with you, and so much time that we invest with our clients to teach you how to help you recover without the supplements, or without having to be dependent on all types of medications or supplements. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about. And let me know if you have any questions, if you're watching this video, if you would like to learn our method and buy that course, and comment below and we'll send it to you. So for example, a client that we worked with, Ladonna, who had Hashimoto's disease, an autoimmune disease, she also had fibromyalgia. She told us that she's done a lot of different programs, and she also did 3-week programs, and she felt good for a short period of time, but there was nothing about how to move forward. We do teach our clients how to move forward, and they pay attention in the program. They know exactly what they have to do. We have clients who did a program only one time for 40 days, and they're doing great 5 years later. They have not needed to go see a doctor. They have not needed to do any other program because they've paid attention in the program, and they've continued implementing exactly what we told them to do. So in 40 days, our client Ladonas told us she had better sleep, her fibromyalgia was gone, she had less headaches, she no longer had any aches, anxiety, brain fog, fatigue improved, and her joint pain was gone, and she was waking up feeling rested. So she talked, her husband told her that there's more glimmer in my eye. She said that my husband said that there's more glimmer in my eyes, and I'm not easily frustrated the way I used to be. She said that even if somebody chooses to do your program, if they don't do the homework, then they can't expect results. That's what she said. And she said that you provide the tools in a very easy to understand, in a very logical platform, all we have to do is implement that. And when she said that when I got so sick and doctors keep giving me more medicine, there's something wrong when side effects of medicine are worse than the disease itself. And this is what a client told us because she's gone through a program. She worked with us one-on-one, and she also tried many other programs over the last years that she was sick, and she saw incredible results working with us in just 6 weeks. So another thing I wanted to talk with you about is that let me see if you have any questions. I'm gonna pause for a little bit, and I do have to keep going because I do have a meeting coming up. And so one thing that we hear all the time is people tell us that I've tried everything, and if you tried everything, you wouldn't be, still struggling with your health. But one thing is that you haven't tried working with us, right? Because that's not, you haven't tried that. And most people who come to us, we help them put missing pieces together, either through their habits, routines, or foods that were not helping them. And in some cases, even healthy foods were making things worse for them. And instead of facing that, a lot of people say that, nothing works because maybe you've tried one thing and it hasn't worked for you, but realize that it's almost impossible to find the first thing that's going to work for you. It's almost impossible. So you have to continue trying until you find what works for you, okay? And what gets you the health that you want. But the problem is that a lot of people watch a client videos, they watch a client testimonials, but they continue working with somebody else expecting that they're gonna get our results. So in order to get our results, even right now, a client came to us eating completely differently that she thought was benefiting her health. She started going through a program. She had so many questions. She had a lot of doubts, but she started going through a program on education, and she's completely embracing what we recommending to her, even though it's completely against everything that she has learned in the last several years. It's against everything that she's done in the last several years, but she's completely embracing it because even though she's been doing what she thought was so good for her and the best she could ever do, she was still really struggling with her health and a lot of her symptoms. So that's why that's a reality check for you. Okay, getting results is not about trying hard, it's about doing the right things consistently and doing them in the right order. And one of our clients shared in 3 weeks, I was working together. That's one of our clients because we have a client community where they share their progress, as well as we have a client send us personal emails. And because we get to know our clients so well, since we work with them every day with several weeks, she told us that she's feeling less fatigue, puffiness in her face and neck is gone, and she's having less brain fog and achy joints, and she's sleeping better. That's a different client from the one that I shared with you earlier. And there's just so many of our clients that I can just sit here and read to you. You can go through a client's results on the Facebook page. But the interesting thing is, even though we have a lot of people who follow us on Facebook, they either don't see a post, but they also reach out to us and they ask us, can you help me with arthritis? Even though we have so many videos with our clients who have arthritis disease. So every day we post so many people who come to us with arthritis and joint pain and they're getting better. So it means that you either not seeing a post or maybe you're not going through our past videos to see how we help people with arthritis. It's actually the common thing that people ask us. And Tina just said, I've been in your program 2 weeks and I must say I feel better already. I'm so glad to hear that, Tina. And I know that you actually referred somebody to us who reached out to us to book a call. She hasn't yet booked a call, but I wanted to share with you that we do have a referral program that we can offer to you and your referral as well. We can figure something out so both you and your friend can benefit together. So you might want to reach back out to your friend and really encourage her to book a call with us, because when she reached out to us, she listed all the symptoms that she's dealing with that I'm confident, we can help her with. So that's why I can figure out how we can offer you some kind of, referral, but as well as her at the same time, so you can both benefit from that. Okay. But she hasn't booked a call because she was looking to get started next year. But whatever day she starts, she still needs to have that consultation, right? So I was looking to see if I can remember her name, but you probably know her because she mentioned you when she filled out a form on our website, okay? So that's why I'm actually gonna email our clients and share about our referral program, but we're still trying to figure out what that looks like so both parties can benefit, okay? So you can get a benefit from it as well. It can discount your program, and you can also, or you can get credit towards your program, or she can get a credit towards her program or discount towards her program. Okay, so that's why we offer that. Usually we've been offering for our clients who've done a program, they know somebody who needs our help. We've been really offering you that special, and even more than that actually. So that's why we share that with our clients later. So okay, so let me know if anybody's watching this video, if you have any questions. That's one thing I wanted to share about this poor girl who's only 26 years old, who was dealing with juvenile arthritis since she was 2 years old, and then she started losing vision in her eyes. She's been going to the best hospital, getting the best treatment for her autoimmune disease, but she already lost, vision in her eyes, and she tried to do cornea transplant twice that failed, and now she's losing vision in her second eye, and she's making the video on TikTok to share her journey, just help other people. But I feel really bad for her because she's trying to figure out how she's gonna live her life, not being able to see, and not being able, having to depend on other people. And so that's why the longer people deal with autoimmune disease, there's gonna be permanent damage. Even with people who worked with us who had arthritis, who had it for 40 years, they already could not move their fingers because their fingers were already so damaged, their joints were so damaged that only surgery can, help them a little bit with that. But the most important thing is that we've seen cases where people had 6 autoimmune diseases or 9 autoimmune diseases. So people can go into remission, and then they, something can trigger in their life that they can get out of the remission. That's why we want to teach you the tools and knowledge to not only be able to repair anything that can still heal, but also stop the progression of autoimmune diseases. That's the most important thing. And the clients who continue implementing it, they continue seeing positive results in their health. So that's why, but we also had clients who reversed their antibodies in 5 weeks. They reversed autoimmune markers in 5 weeks. And some of them, I think 2 weeks, one of our clients who had, she had eczema that went away, and her autoimmune marker came back negative in 2 weeks. And so I think that's the fastest it ever happened in a program. And everybody heals at different rates. People struggle with different diseases. Some people have food sensitivities, a lot of different things going on. Some people have gut issues. So we work with you on whatever stage you're in your healing and move you in a step forward, regardless how long it's gonna get you there. So not everybody is able to even do a program to full capacity, depending on where they start with, how their gut is functioning, if they have allergies or food sensitivities. We help them, tweak things along the way. That's why we provide feedback daily, because some clients require those daily adjustments and changes and answering their questions. But some clients, they don't require that. They just do it and they get better. But some people require more, personalizations as they go through the process. And like I said, it does take all day to review the workbooks, to provide education. And my sister spends time to do that education for our clients, to write new posts in a client community. And we teach new classes as well in the program too. And we also update our classes as well. So there's always a lot of time that we put in together into the program to educate and support our clients through it. So thanks everybody for joining. I have to finish up this class, but if you're watching the replay and you want more information, you can send us a message, or you can comment under this video and let me know what questions you have. What do you want to learn more about? But we're gonna send you a message if you comment on the video. Make sure you check your requests, because the message is going to go to your request. You're not going to see it unless you check your requests. Okay. So if you expect a message from us, then please check your requests, or you can ask your questions under this video. And next week, hopefully I have time a little bit, either end of this week or next week, to go live as well. And I want to do a little class education for you all too. Thanks everybody for joining, and I hope you're having a great start of your week. And I really encourage you to take control of your health and really reach out to us for help to see if there's more you can do for your health. And most likely you can do more than what you're already doing to see better improvements and results in either your symptoms or your autoimmune markers. Thanks for joining.